Morning, legends, and we're back with another Think Thursday, and this week we've got a special guest, Paul Arnold, ex-rugby union legend player and still coaching. Welcome, Arnie.
Hey mate, my biggest achievement is being friends with you for 25 years. That's probably better than the rugby, mate.
Well, there you go.
Come on,
You've heard it here first. Being friends with me is better than a 25-year rugby career. So today we were out walking, doing our fitness walk, and we decided to have a little chat on camera just about some of the targets we've set for this year. So I'll let Arnie tell you, when I was on about setting targets this year, he was the first one who come out and said, right, we'll set the target of getting fit. And what did you do?
Yeah, I think after Christmas and everything else, everyone's put a few pounds on, everyone gets a bit downhearted with each other. So we set up a little WhatsApp group, Fat Club, which is probably going to get turned to Fit Club pretty soon, seeing we're all smashing our targets, and there's, 6 or 7 of us?
Yeah.
We do a weekly weigh-in and put our food on and workouts. We're just kind of holding each other accountable. I think if you've got someone holding you accountable, it makes you want to do it a bit more. Yeah,
that's 100%, and it definitely works for me, because there'll be times on a weekend where I think, I won't mind a takeaway, or getting on it and having a load of ale, and then I think to myself, I've still got to weigh myself in on Monday morning, send that picture to all my mates and have them judge me.
I think if you do it the way we've been doing it is the walking and the calorie counting, and I think if you do that, you don't want to not live your life. So we still been having a few beers and stuff, and you said dry January failed pretty early.
Yeah, spectacular for us, wasn't it? But to be fair, I think I said it in another video, if you're sensible and you calorie count, and you earn those calories on a Saturday. Like last 2 Saturdays I've been out. I went to Arnie's the other week and I had an absolute raft of cans of Guinness. And then this weekend I went out, had a few pints, and then I watched the boxing in the house and had a few drinks. And I still lost weight, and that's because I'd been out for those long walks on the Saturday.
I think it's consistency in it. You don't have to keep doing it religiously. You stick to it overall, and you try and stay under your calories for the week and make sure you walk it. Calorie counting can be hard though. When I found out 3 malted milk biscuits is 150 calories, I was wounded.
They are hard to put in those things.
I was wounded. Yeah. But if you keep walking, I think people do try a load of fad diets and different things, and I don't think it's that hard really. I think it's not rocket science if you're trying to stay under your calories. What's suggested, you do lose weight.
It's honesty, innit? And it's science. It's calories in versus calories out. And I think it's 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat either way. So if you eat 3,500 calories over, you'll put a pound on. Under, you'll take a pound off.
I think the good thing for me is when you hold accountable. If you do have a few beers on a Saturday night and you are feeling, normally on a Sunday you might eat a bit of rubbish and then probably lie about, watch Netflix all day. But I think being accountable, knowing you're in the group, is you kind of eat better.
Yeah.
And you probably go out and get a few steps in just to sweat it out.
I did that like when we went to Paul's that Saturday night, had a few beers and that, but the next morning I got up and I got out and did my 5k. To be fair, I had to pick my car up from his house, but this week I had a beer on Saturday and I still went and did my 5k the next day. It was in the dark at 8 o'clock at night, but I still went and did them. So yeah.
I just think it's we're there for each other, aren't we? Like one of our friends put on the other day, he felt a bit down, didn't think he'd lost out after working hard, and we just have a quiet chat, don't we? Keep each other going, motivated, and then he lost a few pounds as well, didn't he? So big shout out to Mavis there, and he watches these, loves it.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Martin Davis does watch these videos, and he is doing really well in the Fit Club, and he's getting out running, which is pretty impressive for us walkers.
Yeah.
So another thing that we were talking about off camera is the fact that these groups are really good for supporting each other. If you're a gang of lads, you can always go on there and say, lads, I'm not feeling too great today. Does anyone want to go for a walk or a chat or a beer? So, they don't just have to be about fitness. We have a lads group as well, don't we?
As Moss said, I come from a background of rugby where you're supposed to be really tough and hard and not say a lot, and that has been the stigma for a long time. A lot of rugby players don't speak, they won't open up, and you never want to get to that point where one of your mates has done something a bit silly and you could have been there. So we kind of opened it up in the group to make sure that we all, no matter what what small of a problem is for me might seem really insignificant to somebody else, but as long as I can get it off my chest and they can help me through it, sometimes it is just good to talk.
Yeah, that's the thing. And sometimes, you know, you don't need anyone to say anything. You just need them to listen to you. Because I think that's, you know, people think, oh, I'm not going telling them that, and they'll just give me a load of advice. The thing to do as a mate is just sit and listen.
And we do, and the worst thing is we probably say this all the time, and then still we'll have moments where we don't talk.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, we do that a lot. Yeah, and I think we've got to the point now though where we won't now.
Yeah, we don't. So I mean,
we'll say, right, come on, let's come round, have a chat with me, and feel a bit shit.
Yeah, and we've done that in the past. I phoned you and have said, Barney, I'm not feeling too great. Can I come down and have a quick chat and a pint or whatever? And we've done that in the past, and that helps me out no end. So yeah,
putting the world to rights.
Just remember, if you need to, talk to somebody. Mental, physical health, that's what we're all about on this channel, isn't it? So, you know,
and I think don't worry about stuff that you can't affect.
No.
So
I remember my dad.
Politics and everything else, all you can do is vote. Don't get all too stressed about stuff like that. What can you do about it? Same with the environment. Recycle. Don't get too stressed about it. Nothing else you can do. Just let it go. I think I pinched that off Steve Bartlett. That was one that really changed my life, that Steve Bartlett one. Just a 15-minute little podcast on things that happiness is a choice, it's called. And I think since I listened to that, I think all my views changed on a lot of things.
That's one to go and listen to, guys. I'll have to go on there and check that out.
Yeah,
I remember my dad saying to me once, he said, don't worry, there's no point worrying. It's like walking around with an umbrella up, waiting for it to rain. So I liked that, so I always remembered that. So we'll just keep it 5 minutes. We don't want to drone on for ages. So as always, Think Thursday's about physical and mental well-being. So if you've anything wrong with you physically, go and see a GP. Mentally, get out for a walk with your mate. I'm sure someone will go with you. And or with your dog. And get something off your chest. But if you feel like you need to talk to a professional, as always, in the description there'll be a list of charities, Mind and other things for younger people, and you know, there's something for everyone in there, so get down there and have a look. So I'd just like to thank Arnie for coming on as a guest, first guest on the channel, which is pretty cool. And we're going to see him out on a few hikes this summer, and he's going to come on the wild camp, and we'll get him in a tent, get him under canvas.
It's going to be a big tent.
It's going to be, we might have to go lengthways in it, because he is about 6'7". So, right, we're going to sign off there. Cheers, Anne.
Cheers, mate.
And we'll see you in the next one. See you, legends.
Peace up, 8 down.